About the weather today. And by the way, folks, there's a 2 to 3 minute period at the end of my speech for question and answers, because I'm giving you a report. I'm going to tell you some facts today, and then I want you to ask me about those facts. The facts are very important for you to know and very important for you to understand. So with that, we'll get started. The weather in Florida is usually pretty good, right? Sunny, right? We all need these. And then, when it's not so good, we have lots of rain. Frog stranglers. Just walked into my, it was on the floor here, believe it or not. So, most of the time the weather's good. When the weather gets bad, it can be dangerous though. And we all understand weather warnings. What if I said, tornado? Everybody's gonna dive under the table. If I said, hurricane, what you gonna do? You're gonna pack up your stuff and you're gonna leave the state.
Under the table.
Lightning, run inside. Well, folks, there's another dangerous type of weather. What if I yelled, derecho? What do you do?
Don't know.
So that would help.
Talk
What is a
to-
derecho? Derechos kill hundreds of people a year.
Wild derechos.
Hundreds. They're extremely dangerous. Derecho is Spanish. It means straight. Y'all know what a tornado is?
Mm-hmm.
Tornado spins around and around and around and around and around. Taurus, around, NATO. Some guy from the Weather Bureau back in the 1880s said, a lot of bad weather and damage is caused by straight winds, not tornadoes. So he came up with the term derecho for these types of storms. And these storms are severe storms. The qualifying criteria to be called a derecho to the Weather Bureau, it has to be at least 270 miles wide swath of winds over 58 miles per hour. That's a pretty good storm, right? Derechos in this country have occurred over swaths of thousands of miles, and have included winds of 150 miles an hour. That can be very severe. So today, when there's a cold front coming through and there's squall lines coming in off the Gulf, is the best time for derechos to form. And as a matter of fact, when the squalls in these prefrontal storms get strong, the stronger they get, the less likely they are to produce tornadoes. But the more likely they are to produce derechos. And derechos can be spotted on radar. They have what they call a bow echo. You've seen round spots on the weather, the news. You've seen lines of storms on the radar when you look on the websites. Well, if you see a storm that looks like a spear point, a bow echo as they call it, duck. Derechos can be very severe. Now, personally, I have experienced a derecho right here. Derechos occur fairly commonly in the United States. As a matter of fact, most commonly in the United States. Tornado Alley to the east coast of the Atlantic shore is where they're most commonly found. They've also been reported in Germany, where there were several deaths about 5 years ago. Bangladesh has them quite often. And other parts of South Africa has had them, but mostly in the United States. And they mostly occur from May through September, the warm months. Thunderstorms, the convection, the hot air coming up produces these tremendously strong storms. My personal experience, the Great March Storm, or the storm of the century. Were you all here for that? That was in March of 1993. And it occurred as a derecho, and that storm was from Canada to Central America.
Wow.
That's a big storm.
It's a big storm.
47 people in Florida died in that storm,
Wow.
mostly from drowning. How did they drown? Storm surge, worse than any hurricane. It was 12 feet in Hudson, and it was 14 feet in Homosassa. And I went there not long after that storm went through, and you could see the concrete pads where the houses used to be. Not on the beach. These are inland, half a mile inland. Steinhatchee, which is a little town near Cedar Key, was wiped out in that storm. People drowned in their attics because they woke up in the middle of the night and they climbed up because the water was coming in. And they climbed up into their attic and the water kept rising. That's what a derecho can do. So I very strongly suggest you go and look up derecho in Wikipedia. It's got an excellent article about it. And learn all about them. And the next time the Weather Bureau says derecho, duck. Thank you.